I'm Bryan Powell. Welcome to Hindsight, a 2020 podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in with Hindsight, a 2020 podcast, where we basically talk to different people and get the most crazy, interesting stories out of them we can. On this first episode of Hindsight, we talked to Christopher Breakell about his one-night stand. Enjoy.
Check! Alright, we're rolling.
Jesus Christ.
How's that shot look, Breckell?
Jay Christ.
I can see it too. It looks good.
It looks...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You got an aggressive host here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Actually,
so what,
I like
really
this headphone thing.
It's a real nice...
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, it's always one thing, you know. Just trying to improve the quality of production here.
Well, knock it off. In fact, in hindsight, we should have fucking prepared a lot better.
Hindsight, I shouldn't have agreed to do this.
Okay, shit. Action.
That's how all good podcasts start. Just a nice action.
So anyway, we're sitting here with Chris Breckell, and
Oh, you told me explicitly you'd do introductions later.
well, I'm just saying
That's
that you are, yes.
Is it cool if I plug some things real quick off the top?
Go for it.
Yeah, I have nothing to plug.
All right. So today we're going to talk about one-night stands and just kind of dissect that.
One night stands.
Yeah. So. Oh fuck. Let's take a here.
Cheers, sorry.
Alright.
I got my swanky wine glass that was given me so nicely by your lovely wife, Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. The wine.
Talking about my wife.
Alright.
Wife.
So.
Borat. Got it? Seen it? Good
Borat,
film.
yeah.
Good film.
He was also the other guy, Bruno.
Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
He plays in Bruno Mars, didn't he?
Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Very nice.
Is that Bruno Mars? I'm not familiar with the discography of Bruno Mars, to be quite honest with you.
So, yeah, tell me about, tell me how to
That's how we're going to do it? You're just going to ask me to go right into it?
Well, we're talking about one-night stands, right?
Yeah.
The definition of a one-night stand is a sexual relationship lasting only one night.
That's good. I'm sure there's a lot of people listening who are confused about what a one-night stand is.
What does Urban Dictionary say about it?
Urban Dictionary says, we like to fuck once.
Oh. Love them and leave them.
Love them and leave them.
You know, I like my coffee like I like my women. And that's to say urban.
Didn't think you're going to go there with it. I don't have a whole lot of one-night stand stories. I'm not a big one-night stand man.
Okay.
I wish, not necessarily by choice, but...
Okay. So you would...
It's difficult. A one-night stand is difficult for me to play off. I usually need a good month to 5 years of mingling.
Solid mingling. Yeah.
Until they become comfortable. Usually comfortable with my friends, and then I slide in being like, hey, I'm that other guy. It's fun.
Have you ever had a relationship with somebody who had a one-night stand with a friend?
What do you mean? One night stand with a friend? Oh, like one of my friends?
Yeah. Like, they had a one-night stand, and then y'all ended up having a relationship.
No, I don't think so.
All right,
maybe.
What's Urban Dictionary say?
The Urban Dictionary definition of one-night stand is hooking up with someone for one night of sex with no strings attached and hoping to never see them again. It is important not to exchange any personal info with them so they can't track you down and stalk you later.
That sounds like a lot more like a how-to than a definition.
Yeah, that's
also, how can you know there's no strings attached? That's decided afterwards, kind of, isn't it? I guess it should be a mutual agreement that there's no strings
that it's
attached.
just hey,
True.
It's last call, and you're the best I got. So let's fucking do this, and never talk again.
Yeah. I guess, have you ever had a one-night stand that was not and did not involve drinking? Have you ever had an experience in your life that did not involve drinking?
Very rarely. No. No, I've had a couple one night stands and yeah, they all involve drinking.
All involve drinking.
Yourself?
Yes, they've all involved drinking.
Well, like alcohol?
No, we were just, hanging out over some milkshakes,
Nice.
couple Shirley Temples.
Oh, they have good
I'm not
shoes.
exactly sure what a Shirley Temple is. Is that cherry? Cherry soda water?
Grenadine. Yeah.
Grenadine.
Let me look it up.
That's going to be a long podcast.
That's our producer, Scott. Thank
all
you.
of my one-night stands have, in one way or another, involved alcohol. I would say not all of them have been where, like, I'm drunk.
Okay.
Do we still need that definition or ever that?
Of a Shirley Temple?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Shirley... A Shirley Temple is a non-alcoholic mixed drink traditionally mixed with ginger ale and a splash of grenadine, garnished with a maraschino cherry.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
A Shirley Temple is
No, just the last part.
Why is it called a
What kind of
Shirley?
cherry?
Is that Shirley Temple's favorite drink?
garnished with a maraschino cherry.
Well, Shirley Temple was like a child.
How was the first way you said it? I think the first way-
Maraschino.
Which one's right?
They both sound like I'm being racist.
Well, not until right now. Now they definitely sound like you're being racist.
Yeah.
I usually don't think that cherries are, they don't really care about race. In my experience with cherries.
Especially popping them, right?
Okay, that's what we're looking for.
All right, so
We got Scott's on the ones and twos over there.
So I understand you have an interesting one night stand story that you'd like to share.
That was a seamless segue. That was
Thank you.
nice. Yeah,
That's very good.
That was really good.
I'm your host, Bryan Powell.
Yes, you asked me to prepare about 10 minutes ago a one night stand story. Yeah, I have a one night stand story that did not actually end up in a one night stand, but all roads were going to lead to a one night stand.
Yeah.
And it did start at a bar. It actually started at two bars. There was a initial interaction at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bar. It was when I was in Coolidge, back in the heyday when I was in Coolidge College. I was just trying to
I didn't get it.
spice it up a little bit with my words. Alright, I thought this was one of those cool hip podcasts,
Coolidge.
but I guess not.
Okay.
College, university, the big uni, as they would say, across the pond. That's Europe. You look that up for me. What does across the pond mean?
Don't do that.
Anyway,
On it.
so there was a really shitty bar next to the college I went to, and me and my buddy Pat were there at that bar, and they would do a real cool special where between like 10 and 11 o'clock they had dollar drinks, dollar wells, and if you got a dollar wells, you also got a slice of pizza.
Oh shit. That's really cool.
It was actually pretty nice.
Like
wait.
per drink, you get a slice?
Yep, per drink you got a slice for that hour.
Sounds like you'll never get drunk.
It was pretty. Oh, we got drunk. There's also dollar drinks, so you eat a lot of pizza, drink a lot of drinks.
I feel like a lot of the pizza doesn't get eaten after like the first 2 drinks or so.
No, we ate all the pizza. We were in Coolidge, so
That's
money was tight,
right.
and pizza was good.
So you met a girl at this first bar.
So yeah, damn, I really wish I remembered the name of this bar because it had a funny name, but I don't. So me and
Coolidge bar.
so actually me and Pat wanted to play pool, and we're not good pool players, but that's what you do when you go to a bar. And there was a couple of we'll call them bros playing the old the pool, and we asked if we could play next, and they said we're gonna play you for the table. And
Classic bro move.
Classic bro move.
Yeah.
And Pat let me have that one, as the gentleman he is. So I had to play this guy for the table.
Okay, across the pond means
Across the pond.
it's an idiom that typically refers to the United Kingdom and the United States being on opposite sides of the Atlantic Ocean.
You know what's weird about that, though? It's not a pond, it's an ocean. I should say across the ocean.
They should.
Really, we're really getting down to the nitty gritty.
So back to across the pool table.
Across the pool table, thank you. Another seamless segue by our gracious host, Bryan Powell. Yeah, so I had to play this guy for a game of pool. I really didn't want to, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to hold it down because you don't want to embarrass yourself in a place that they're giving out pizza slices. Right. So I start playing this guy in pool, and we're playing, and this woman, she begins to hit on me. And I've never really been, at this point in my life, never been really hit on heavily by a woman. And so that was a surprising, occurrence to me. Okay. I was quite flattered, Right. So I'm blushing, I'm looking good, cheeks are rosy. So yeah, we start flirting it up a bit. The guy who I was playing pool with, he was getting real annoyed by it because I really stopped giving a shit about the game and was just leaning into.
Your focus was elsewhere.
Yes, I was enjoying getting hit on. I gotta say,
Was she with those guys?
She was. It was a large friend group, and she was. I believe she was friends with that guy. So anyway, we continued to talk. I'm pretty sure I lost that game of pool. I don't really remember, but. In my experience of pool, I probably lost that game. Yeah, I was just bloated. It's so hard to play pool when you're bloated, You just start sprinting around that table and you get heartburn. So, it's kind of it. We kind of flirted it up, and then me and Pat just got out of there. That was it. I did not try to pursue that road any farther. Mostly because I just did not know how to continue to pursue that road. So I took getting hit on. I was happy with that experience.
that was the win for you. You were like, I'm gonna call it a night.
I was on cloud 9. I felt good about myself. I probably went home, took my shirt off, and stared at myself longingly in the mirror for at least 2 or 3 hours.
No, sometimes just being flirted on feels good. That's enough to validate your existence for the night.
I would say sometimes it feels better than sex, depending on how the sex is.
So just to clarify, your one night stand was not.
Well, there's an addition to this story.
Okay.
We run into each other again. Some would call it serendipity. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but...
So wait, is this a second bar the same night, or is this a different...
This is a different night, different bar.
Okay.
Different night, different bar. Gotcha. So anyway,
I go home. She still wants you.
I sleep like a baby that night, call my mom in the morning, tell her that I got down, she was psyched.
Fetal position?
The phone call? Most of my phone calls with my mother are in fetal position, but that's why I call her, try to get out of it. So anyway, I don't know, maybe a week later, 2 weeks later, whatever. Me and Patrick go to another bar. It was a Spanish theme bar, which had no tapas, which is, I don't know how you can be a Spanish theme bar with no tapas.
They didn't have $1 per tapa?
No, this was another really shitty bar too that was by university. I don't know why I'm hiding the name of the university, UTSA. So there's another bar up there, and this was like a real big time like college bar, all like college kids. And I go outside.
Was it Deal Sports Bar?
Deal was the first one. Yes. Deal was the one with the free pizza. Did you remember that bar with the free pizza?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you get the free pizza?
No.
Oh, okay. Well. Anyway, Deal was the first bar.
They first opened.
That is a shitty bar.
Oh, it's terrible.
If there's a shitty dive bar,
it's sardine style. Like you can't fucking move it.
We had to stop going to that bar because we kept on running to the same middle-aged. He was probably not middle-aged. He was probably like mid-30s, and he worked in the oil field, and like he would just corner us on the patio of this bar and just start like preaching the positives of fossil fuels to us. And then one time he takes out his phone and pulls up a YouTube video on fracking because like we were debating fracking, and he's like, no, you gotta watch this. And when anyone pulls out a YouTube video at the bar, immediately you're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Who has the time?
And this was like a 15-minute video. And then I go to him, I go, oh, that's great, man. I'll write down the name for me and I'll watch it later. And he goes, actually, it's a really hard video to watch. You should probably just watch it right now. So then I had to watch this like 15-minute fracking video. Anyway, it was a different time. Whatever. So now we're at this other bar. Do you remember that name of that other Spanish bar? It was off. I think it was off Huebner Oaks, or not Huebner. What was the other? Hausman. Is it at the end of Cantina?
Hausman? Like Yes, the Cantina.
Mm.
You
know
see the
about?
park?
Not by the park. No, not by the park. The other side of Houseman. By 10 in Houseman.
Oh, yeah.
It was called. It was called Cantina.
No.
It was called something, but
Curtis used to do karaoke there. I know exactly what bar you're talking about.
Curtis
But it's
done karaoke in every bar in this
This will
city.
be cut.
I love
anyway,
Curtis.
yeah.
Shout out to Curtis, good guy.
But it's closed down now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I randomly drove past that place the other day, and it is closed down now. Rest in peace, that bar. I can't remember the name of.
So you went to another bar.
So we go to another bar, and so I go on the patio of this bar, and it was winter time. There was one of those heater things, and so we go sign around this heater.
A heater.
And I run into this girl that I knew from school, and we start talking. And then that girl from the bar, the other deal that had hit on me previously, she walks up and she knows this girl that I'm talking to. Okay. And then she remembers, she was like, "Oh, you, Chris, blah, blah, blah." I don't know if she remembered my name, but...
The guy that sucks at pool?
Yeah. The guy that, for some reason, I was drunk enough to hit on at that bar. What's up? Yeah. So we start talking again. And now it's better now, because now I have the confidence of her friend. She's like, "Oh, my friend, like..." It's better when they know that you're not a psychopath, when they see that you have other friends.
And some time has passed, so you're like, okay, she's still interested, so...
Time was passed. We all had 5 o'clock shadows, so we knew that time had passed. So that was positive. So we start chatting it up, and I don't really remember where Pat was at this time. Anytime a girl starts talking to me, I say, "Fuck my friends." Forget about, they're dead to me at this point.
Sure.
So... I probably slapped Pat in the face, told him to get the hell out of there. So
unless you're gonna fuck me, Pat, get the fuck out of there.
Oh, he offered. I said, "Good, Pat, not tonight, buddy. Hit me up tomorrow." And so he gets out of there. I think. I don't know how that all happened, but anyway, I remain at the bar. I continue to talk to this girl, and
you said she was a woman earlier.
Is she a girl now? She's a woman. She's a girl. She's a girl woman, and. That's unlike girl woman. She's a girl woman.
Don't worry, we'll cut this out.
No, I'll leave it in.
No, we won't.
I like preferring all.
We're not cutting anything.
Girl, women. She's a girl, woman, female. She's a girl, woman, female.
Was it called Espa?
Yeah, España.
España.
That's it?
Finally, that's what the people are looking for. Is the name of that?
That's why I'm here.
Closed down bar. So check it out. A couple of years ago.
Off your time machines right the fuck now. Go to España.
Yes. So, this woman that I was talking to, it was college time, so I feel like I was a boy, she was a girl. It was like none of us were adults. So yes, please. We broke out in a Avril Lavigne karaoke, obviously, as you do. So she was having she was there with 2 of her roommates, the woman I was talking to, and they lived in one of those it's like a frat house or a sorority house, but not. You remember those? They had these houses, communes, we'll call it, by UTSA. No, it was like all of these cookie cutter houses,
resident living.
Yeah, but it was it was cookie cutter houses that were gated. And you would live 4-person to a house or whatever. It was the option instead of living instead of student apartments or whatever.
It was subsidized.
Like a student house.
But, yeah.
So
but they didn't get to choose who you live with exactly.
Yeah, I think you could sign up or whatever, but she knew the girls that she was living with. And so she was like, "Hey, we're all gonna go back to my house and have some drinks there. Do you want to come back?" And I said, "Oh, me?"
Said, "Okie dokie."
She was like, "Actually, you stay here. We're gonna get out of here." So I was like, "That sounds like $1 million."
That sounds like a one-night stand.
Yeah, that's what I said up front right at the beginning. So I was like, "That sounds like a real swell time and dandy." I started just going immediately into 50s speak, as I do, and so we go back to her house, and it's a couple other guys go back, and a couple. Her roommates, and I think some other people. And so we go back to her house.
So wait, how many guys were there? How many people were at this house?
it was an after bar hangout. You know, there's like 10 people, 8 people. I don't know. She had 2 roommates and herself and I.
And they each brought.
And then there was I think there was like 2 guys. She had a couple backups. She asked like 5 to 10 dudes to come back to the house with her, and she was like, "We're gonna do like a bachelorette thing. I'm gonna give you guys all roses at the end of the night." So we go back to her house, and we're hanging out. We have some drinks. People start leaving. It's winding down. Now it's just like, I think it was just like her 2 roommates and maybe like another person and her, and we're kind of talking, and I'm not doing a good job at the house. Like I'm not keeping up the small talk. I'm not being flirtatious. I'm kind of just.
Did you like drink too much?
I'm just floating. No,
or were you just awkward about the whole situation?
Yeah, I was just like, oh, maybe I'll have sex tonight, And
so you were too in your head about it.
I was real zoned out.
You're just saying, yeah?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of, I was going out on the patio a lot, smoking a lot of cigarettes. I was talking to some random dude on the patio.
If you play this right, we might.
Because that's what you want to do when you try to get laid. You want to go and just have a conversation with a dude on a patio. So.
Right.
If you're trying to fuck that dude.
I'm doing all the classic moves. And we are doing that. And I come back into the house. And yeah, it's just like her 2 roommates and another person and her. And she says, I'm going to go upstairs to use the bathroom. And her room's upstairs. The bathroom it's a bathroom connected to her room. And she's like, I'm going to go upstairs to use the bathroom. And I was like, all right. And she goes upstairs to use the bathroom. And I'm standing in it's like an open format plan. Like the living room and kitchen is all like open. There's no walls dividing it. So I'm standing in the kitchen. And her roommate is is in the living room, like across the room. And I look at her roommate. And her roommate just starts air humping. She just like starts humping, like doing a humping motion and looking directly at me.
Okay.
And so now,
so just to be clear, this is before twerking was an actual thing. So she's literally just humping the
This
air
was not a twerk. I feel like a twerk is more ass out. Like you are.
It's more ass focused.
You're looking to get humped maybe in a twerking motion.
Okay. So she's like aggressively like.
She's humping like the air. Like, as I said, air humping.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and so she's doing that, and now I am highly confused. Because I don't know what... My first initial reaction is that her roommate's hitting on me. Yeah. Because I was like, oh, this is taking a left turn. So I, like, look at her and kind of just, like, laugh, because I don't know what else to do. And then she walks over to me and she goes, that was your cue. You gotta go upstairs.
Oh, she was signaling you.
She was signaling
to go hump her roommate.
Yes.
Oh,
so
shit.
nice roommate. I don't know if the girl told her to give her a signal.
They definitely had some They had some pre-existing communication.
My thought is this scenario has probably happened before. I'm just guessing I'm not the only lucky guy that she has played the bathroom trick on before.
Well, I mean, she's seen you before at the other bar, too. So clearly...
Yeah, she saw me shoot pool, and that is
and she probably hooked up with somebody else with that night.
Maybe, yeah. Probably the dude that beat me in pool,
Alpha male. You gotta go for the alpha.
He was a real alpha. So anyway, so he starts doing this, and I'm confused, and I come over, and she gave me a very nice compliment. She said, "You're too cute for her to pass up, so you should go upstairs." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." Nice little confident boost, before I go.
So wait, okay, now that sounds more like she's like, "You're her type. Go try to fuck her." That's what that sounds like now. You're too cute for her to pass up. That's her saying.
I think she was complimenting me.
Well, it sounds like she's saying, I think she would probably fuck you, so go probably try to...
Yeah, I think she just knew that was the cue. I think that she was like, hey, she didn't tell you to go home, but she is also now going, I'm going to go to the bathroom in my room.
Right.
So I was like...
I'm going to go piss all over the bed.
Yeah. Yes. He was like, hey, just go piss right on her mattress. I'm going to go to the bathroom. She's like, she really likes when guys claim territory like cats, so you just go piss right on her bed.
So her face.
So I go up there. I walk up the stairs, and I go into the room, and she is in the bathroom. So I just sit down on her bed. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was an awkward moment. It was I didn't know what else to do. So I sit down on her bed. Yeah.
Just wait for her?
I probably had my legs crossed as I do now. It's kind of my token move.
And then as soon as she comes out, just...
Yeah, nice right. So I got butt-ass naked and got myself underneath her sheets. No, that's not. No, so I sat down on her bed, and she opens up the bathroom door and said, "Oh my God." No, she wasn't surprised, so good sign, right?
That's a very good sign.
She wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we're okay. So now we have a little
Chemistry.
Banter, you know, we do a little banter.
A little cat and mouse.
She starts to get ready for bed, you know, or like, you know,
or maybe
starts to change and we're flirting or whatever, and she like lays down in bed, and then I say, I'm actually gonna use the bathroom real quick. Because you know you like to you don't want to get started on anything that you can't handle with a full bladder.
Can't finish.
So I decide to
wash your genitals a little bit just in case.
Empty the bladder. So I go into her bathroom. Nice bathroom, by the way, just real clean.
Yeah.
So I take a piss. I come back out of the bathroom and she is asleep in her bed.
How long were you in there?
However long this takes, a minute tops probably, you know.
Oh, shit.
I probably did a little bit of preparing, you know, in the mirror, you know. I probably did an extra long hand wash so she knows that my hands are clean, and
you think maybe she was faking it?
probably gave. Yes. Now, when I think back on this story, I do think that she maybe was, because it's not like we were, like, wasted, you know? Like, we were drinking for several hours, so maybe she did fall asleep, maybe she didn't. I don't really know. I'm guessing now that she probably just said, I'm gonna act like I'm asleep here, so this weird kid will leave. But that is not what I did. So I come back out. Not only is she asleep in her bed, but she's also like turned to the side, like out, like she's like on like side. She's asleep. But it is like now like 3:30, 4 in the morning. And I had been drinking and I was awfully tired. So I said, why don't I just sleep here? So
in the same bed.
Yeah. So I don't take any of my clothes off. I just take the shoes off.
It's courteous.
Classic.
Yeah, I just take the shoes off. I get under the blanket, but I don't get under the second sheet. I was like, I don't want to make anything weird, you know. Like just I just need a good night's sleep.
Right.
And this looks like a good of bed as any. So and I feel like I should emphasize, there's been no physical contact whatsoever. There's been no kissing. There might have been, you know, some mild leg touching and stuff, but no real physical contact. So, yeah, I just get onto it was like a queen size bed, so it's like a larger bed. So I just, you know, tuck myself in on the other side of the bed. She had a couple stuffed animals that I snuggled up to. I say my prayers, and I go to sleep. I go to sleep.
You actually say prayers.
I get a good, you know, couple hours in. I had a final the next day, so that was another reason I also wanted to, you know, sleep it up. I'm a good studious student. So I go to sleep.
Okay.
We wake up in the morning, And we do that thing where, when you wake up with a stranger, and that you do the thing where you both probably wake up at different times, but then you wait till the other person.
Yeah.
Like sure. you wake up and you look at them and you're like, oh, you're still sleeping. I'm gonna act like I'm sleeping, and then they probably do the same, and they wake up and look over. Yeah, and so then you kind of both like, oh, we're both waking up at the same time.
Yeah.
So that happens, and then we have a real awkward.
Unless it's a true one night stand and you just want to get the fuck out of there.
Yes, that is also.
Sometimes I
thing. Yes. So I wake up. I'm like, hey, comfy bed you got here. Thanks for letting me sleep in it, even though you didn't really say I could do that. So yeah, I get up and we kind of have this like weird talk about, oh man, so early, I'm tired. Just like all the random bullshit. We're like, oh man, the weather is crazy today. I hope it's the sun comes out.
To get the fuck out.
Oh man, school is tough right now. Finals, a bunch of fake laughs. And then we're doing this like weird thing, cause I'm like, I gotta go. I was like, I'm gonna leave now. So I start like, putting on my shoes and stuff. She's still in bed. And then it comes to that weird moment where I'm like, all right, I gotta leave, and I don't know how we're saying bye. Do I hug? Are we doing a high five? Do I just bolt? I make it extra awkward by like doing too much delay. Mm-hmm. And so then I'm like, all right, for some reason, I guess I'm going to now kiss you. So I lean in, and we peck on the mouth like you're kissing your fucking grandmother or something. Like it is the most unsexual, unnatural kiss I've ever given any other human being or inanimate object. So we do that. I'm like, all right, yeah, and then then I'm like, okay, well that is far past my time. I should have left last night, and then I leave, and that was it.
That's the one
I don't think we exchanged numbers. I don't think.
Did you ever see her again?
I did see her one time after that, and it was when I was walking out of the library of like on-campus library, and she was walking into the in-campus library, and we just like
kissed her on the mouth.
Yeah. And I immediately just leaned in and kissed her. No, we did like a really awkward like, "Do, hey!" I don't think either of us remembered each other's names. But we did like a really awkward 30-second catch up. Probably gave an awkward ass out hug, and then that was it.
Wow.
And yeah, never.
So that was.
And that was probably like a month after. That was when time had passed.
That was technically
We had full beards at that point.
That was a nun nightstand.
That was a nun nightstand. Yeah, that was a.
Damn, that's awkward.
Yeah. It was heavily awkward, as I've established. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, I don't. It was one of those things where like there was absolutely very little. I was gonna say none, but I would say a little, but very very little chemistry between us. But I still decided that I should push forward for a one night stand.
So initially there was attraction on a physical level, mostly coming from
She
her.
did hit on me first. Yeah,
and then so you were like,
and then she asked me back. I think what happened is once she got me back to the house, she expected me to then put on my A game and my moves.
Become the alpha.
And it turns out that I do not have an A game. I only have a nice C awkwardness. C for Chris. C awkwardness. And I could not, capitalize on that opportunity.
Alright, so, I mean, in hindsight, is there anything now that, with what you know now, that you might have done differently?
Yeah.
Or would you have even put yourself in that situation at all?
Yeah. In hindsight, I think...
Hindsight!
Well, actually, after that, no, I don't have anything. In hindsight, I think I should have gone hit on the roommate.
Oh,
I think that's what I should have done. because
well, and even if it didn't work, she might have saw that as like, oh shit.
the roommate was
And maybe you
pretty
got multiple.
flirtatious with me. She gave me some nice compliments.
Yeah.
I think she at that point was way more into me than this girl had become.
Well, thinking back to your story, yeah, it seems like she was even rooting for you to the fact where it's like maybe she was actually the one who wanted it.
Maybe.
And by it, I mean one night stand.
Yeah, I do kind of think that. I also
By that, I mean
was
relations.
actually feeling the roommate. I think more so than the girl.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
the
interesting.
girl.
Okay.
So
if you had to do it different, you would hit on the roommate instead.
if I had to do it differently, I would have walked into that house and immediately had a shot. Maybe a couple, loosen myself up a little bit, and then actually tried a little bit to be flirtatious and enticing. I don't know. I can't read signals very well. I think always in my head I'm just like, they probably just want to be friends. They're just really trustworthy. Yeah. So, cool. What are you gonna do? You know.
Not have sex.
Not have sex. Yeah. That's what happens if you just don't have sex. It's good. Yeah. You know.
Wow, Coolidge. All right. So that was Christopher Breakell, once again with his one-night stand story. You can catch Chris every first Friday at the Blind Tiger Comedy Club for economy comedy. Definitely check him out. And also like and subscribe, because next week we're going to sit down with Joey Smith and talk about a time he got a little in over his head with his so-called friends. Thank you again for tuning in to Hindsight, a 2020 podcast.
I don't know why I keep on doing this.
Different pronunciation.
That Coolidge shit was fucking weird.
You guys have never heard Coolidge before?
That cracked me.
Like Coolidge as a city? I'm pretty sure it's a city. Let me fact check that.
That's what I thought he meant when
People
he said
say
Coolidge. I don't think cool people say that.
Yeah, I was trying to be zany.
Yeah. Wasn't that like a president or some shit?
There is Coolidge. Yeah. Coolidge, Arizona.
Okay.
It's
Do they have a Coolidge? Arizona Coolidge, Arizona? Oh wait, it would be the Arizona Coolidge of Coolidge, Arizona. Oh, Chris just can't wait to leave.
I'm thinking about that fucking story and how I would never do that now. It's so funny to me that in that headspace I was like, I should just sleep here. Why would I ever decide to sleep there?
I bet you didn't even get that good of sleep.
I was worried. I was worried because it was so late, and I was worried that I had been drinking.
This is also
and I was
before
like,
Uber, though.
I don't. Yeah, and I
It's not like
driven
you
my
had
car
that many
there.
other. It's not like you had that many other opportunities or
Options.
Yeah.
at the time.
But it's just like, how fucking weird. If that was reversed and that had happened, and then like I woke up and there was a fucking person in my bed, I would be like, who the fuck is this lunatic in my bed right now? Why would they ever stay here?
I feel like I've been in your situation, in that situation, and I slept on the floor.
Yeah, or a couch downstairs.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like, it's not like I like stripped down and like got in the bed. I was
No,
in
you
my
made
clothes,
you made that
and I
very
was,
clear.
Like, in the,
You're like,
I was not like, oh, maybe I'll get lucky in the morning or anything. I was just like, I'm really tired and I don't want to go home right now.
You just sat on her bed for her to come out of the bathroom and see you.
to exchange.
And then you were like, oh.
I kind of feel like
and
the
then
roommate.
You probably freaked her the fuck out, and then when you went to the bathroom, she was like, okay, God, pretend you're asleep. Please fall asleep.
Yeah, she was probably trying to get out of the situation.
But she didn't want to be rude.
Yeah, I feel like the
You were too
roommate
nice.
gave me bad.
Meanwhile, the roommate is in her room across the hallway,
Okay.
just fucking
Masturbating.
thinking about you.
Like a cup up against the.
Oh my God.
Like, there's no way this pussy's gonna be able to close this too. Yeah.
But he would have been able to open this pussy.
This is getting.
Maybe she was thinking that.
We're gonna cut that.
Yeah, I think she gave me bad advice. I don't think I should have gone upstairs. I think that,
I I mean, she was doing the humpy.
I think I should have
That's
stayed
fucking
downstairs, and if she exited the restroom and was like, "Where's that cute piece of meat?" She would have come down and retrieved her prize. I'm sure. But
I just want to know, like, exactly how the roommate was air humping. Like,
Yeah, could you do a demonstration?
I want a visual of
I don't
that.
really. If you stand up, I'll direct you how she was doing.
Okay.
it.
Hold on, let me angle these cameras.
Oh, I think we're good.
Yeah.
No, let me get this right.
Alright. So what was she doing?
She was
My arms
hands down. First off, she was loose. Loosen those shoulders. Yeah, there you go. And now
drinking.
just thrust with your pelvis. Yeah, a little bit. Well, more
More
whole
loose.
body. Like that. Similar. Yeah, she didn't look so fucking weird.
Like this?
How was she?
It wasn't weird. Oh,
Were
it
her
was
arms-
weird because
were
she
her
was
arms still?
humping and looking at me.
Were her arms still?
That was kind of more of like a. Yes, this is what.
How was the facial
It
expression?
was, I mean, she was looking at me with like I would say a bit of a smile on her face. It was almost nothing
Is that-
like this. I would say
accurate?
completely opposite of what's happening right now is what.
Hold on,
she was
let me switch. Let me see if I can do it. I think I know it. I think I know what Breckell's going for.
This is fun.
And it was like this. It was like, angle it right. She was just like, go get that pussy.
It was a little bit more like this.
Go.
Scott has a better
Go
idea
get that
of
pussy,
what it
bro.
looked like, which is I don't really know if that's a good thing, but he does have a better
Breckell,
idea.
go get that pussy.
She definitely did not know my name, and definitely didn't know my last name. So she
But it was more like,
saying-
I'm telling you.
I will say, no one, as many times as you guys have said it, that whole night, no one said pussy. So that did not happen. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck. Great story, man.
Yeah, it was weird.
Thanks for
Yep.
That's it for today's episode of Hindsight, a 2020 podcast. And our guest has been Christopher Breakell.
Thanks, folks.
Of course, thanks to Scott, our producer.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad.
Really?
Yeah, they're nice people.
Okay.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
I guess mine too.
Mm.
But yeah, wouldn't be
Thank
happy
your
with that.
Always thank your parents, especially when you're talking about one-night stands.
My mom actually made a Halloween costume of a one-night stand. Where she took cardboard and she made herself a
A
actual
nightstand?
nightstand,
Let's go.
and she put a lampshade on top of her head.
It
That's
said
fun.
one.
I like that.
Yeah.
Your mom sounds like a fun gal.
She is very fun.
Ah, gal was another one I missed. She was a girl, woman, female gal. If you guys could just cut that back in, that'd be
I'll
cool.
find the picture of my mom and we'll put it on the episode. Anyway.
Oh, I got one on my wall. I don't know.